Narayana. A new month, a new day. Welcome you all, wonderful, respected sadhakas. Receive the hearty salutations and also the gratitudes. Receive all the congratulations and receive all the best wishes that as much speedily the time is running, so speedily our sadhana understanding also should happen. And before the time gets over, our sadhana also should conclude in reaching us to the sadhya, the siddhi. Let us be serious in our invocation of the divine grace in this endeavor for both of us. Let us also serious about our daily efforts of these studying of Shastras. What to do, we have understood. But then how to do, how intensely to do, how deeply to do, those maturities deeply have to be, felt in the heart, and from that heart, when these works of our spiritual things are done, we definitely see the transformation, we definitely see that for seeing which all these are recommended by our Rishi, Munu and Gurus. Welcome once again. The 13 Vyaktitvas of Lokasevaka, Dharmasthavaka, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Prashanta, and Bhasha Parignata. Six blessing sources are the Parabrahma, the Ishvara, the Jagannatha, the Devata Ganas, the Guru Gana, and the Shastra Gana. We should have around us all these things all the time. We have to be in contact with all the time. With our focus, drushti on consciously bringing those or bringing up those vyaktitvas in us, which we have seen mentioned. May all these studies help us in that regard. Wonderful Upanishad, Shwethashwathara, first chapter after Sambandha Bhashyam. We are trying to see the mantras with Bhashya understanding. So the Brahmavadin started discussing a healthy atmosphere inner and outer. That before trying to fight with the world, before trying to hate the world, before trying to get something from the world, they just want to know the cause of the world. That is the sign of having intellect and using intellect, which is the sign of being a human being. A human being must have intellect, must use intellect. With that, he should hunt the cause. Because once the cause is known, whatever it is, there we can do all the required rectifications, changes, modifications to bring the change, required change in the effects. We cannot change the effect without affecting at the cause level. The effects are miseries, etc. Let us hunt the cause and let us see what it is that cause is and what rectification we can do. That is why the cause hunting. Beautiful thing it is. Five of the things were put in front. In fact, seven of the things were put in front as the causes. Then they all will be denied in today's second mantra. That they cannot be the cause. Then they become more independently introverted to find the cause within. In that introverted inquiry, they discover some beautiful things. That's what you and I also have to discover. Remembering Shastra Adhyana means whatever the Gurus, Rishis thought, we have to think that. Did, we have to do that. Discovered, we have to discover that. Avoid, we have to avoid. That's called Shastra Adhyanam. So let us get guided by both Shwethashwathara Shaka Rishis as well as Bhashyakara Shankara in Shwethashwathara. Before that, our Sankalpa Prarthana, and before that, our few minutes spending like every day in our common sense thought. Just it is from where we just stopped or where what we were started to think, वही वाला आज का हमारा कॉमन सेंस थॉट भी होएगा. Now, as a human being, we have to be other than the animals. We have to be other than the other animals or creation. As a human being, again is equal to how, because of recognizing what we are given, and especially and knowing how and what way when it is used, we don't fall back to the place from where we have evolved, called as animals, etc. And we evolve from here further. That equipment given is the buddhi, and what it has to be used is for the jnana, the knowledge. That the is important. And in human life, it is the presence or the absence of jnanam in all its clarity and usage of it decides. One is evolving or devolving, one is liberated or bound, one is miserable or happy. As a human being, with the intellect given, whose beautiful ability is to gain the knowledge, and all the things we can do. But the knowledge has to be very, very authentic, very, very subtle, very, very crystal clear, without any doubt. Knowledge has to be, you know, and that knowledge has to be implemented or utilized. Like the knowledge in science that the steam has a power to move, then that knowledge is implemented, that the locomotion engines, the trains moving, carrying the people. Simple knowledge that water vapor has the power to move has led to the utilization of that knowledge by implementing it in such a big revolutionary way of the transport system of trains, goods and all that. वो एक एग्जाम्पल है कि जब ज्ञान को सही समझा जाता है और यूज किया जाता है, उसका कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस पूरा सही जानना, सही यूज करना. इन टूडेज विज्ञान वैज्ञानिक युग, the era of the Vijnana, the science technology, you can see the Jnanam that the scientists are developing, recognizing, discovering with their intellect and applying it and see the results. It's mind blowing only. Anything you see, mind blowing is mind blowing. The machinery, the transport machinery, the human being replacing machinery of every field में. अरे बाप रे, इट इज अब बात नहीं है, मुंह बंद हो जाता है, बस कुछ कर नहीं सकते. A tree is lifted from the roots and planted somewhere. You can't even imagine that. A house is lifted from some place and put in the penthouse के रूप में नीचे से उठाकर एक घर को through the crane is put on the topest floor. I'm just giving very small example. They're all buddhi, using the buddhi, gaining the knowledge, using that knowledge. And wherever the evolution is not happening, individually or totally, that human being is lacking in these things. Wherever is evolution happening, it is because of using this. Okay. So, where our buddhi has to be used for what knowledge? Little spiritually, let us say today. Simple it is, every day we discuss only, but let us become more conspicuous in our discussion, more clear in our understanding, where we participate in the analysis, we participate in the understanding, and we participate in the use of that knowledge. This aspect to learn, we are discussing it today. So we have the buddhi, we have the ability to gain the jnana. Let us straight away come to the point why meeting around the bush. The jnanam that is to be gained with the use of the buddhis, with the help of our shastras. Straight away. These shastras give us these 2 plus 3, 5 jnanams. From these shastras, these 5 jnanams, are we gaining or not? Are we studying the shastras or not? Is the first question which we have sorted out that we are studying every day. But are we gaining the knowledge? And the quality of gained knowledge means its clarity, its depth, has it become the conviction, and do we develop that willingness to implement that knowledge, use that knowledge by conquering all obstacles. So these are the very sublime things. Okay. First knowledge the Shastras teach us are the knowledges of avoiding the misery. Because we are no more animals that we are succumb to the misery and we have nothing to do. We can't do anything. Animals don't have the buddhi. Therefore, any miseries come, they go through it. They can't do anything. कोई फंस गया हो एनिमल, कोई पानी में गिर गया, दलदल में गिर गया, it has no way to come out, it just suffers only. Human being has intellect. The first use of the intellect of gaining the knowledge from the Shastras is that knowledge, when correctly implemented, we are no more miserable. We have to learn that art of not becoming miserable in life by using that knowledge gained by studying Shastras. In Shastras, sometimes that knowledge is given directly for the matured ones. For many people, it is given through various stories. And what is that jnanam? The knowledge is about the papa and adharma. So simple. Dukkha comes to every human being only because of papa and adharma. Therefore, a human being with his intellect is expected to understand through the study of the Shastra what is papa and what is adharma, which is causing the dukkha. Then, when the cause, the papa and adharma, is eliminated, dukkha will not be there. No, it's a first step. Here only many of the human beings are immature. What about us? Clear? And let us be more clear also. What is papa and adharma is where what we are supposed to do not doing, that is called adharma, and what is papa is for the sake of selfish purpose, troubling other beings is called as papa. Like as an animal, tiger, lion, it was a nature that hunt the animal, kill them, and eat. Isn't it? No, once we become human being, that cannot be done because as a human being, there are other alternatives. That he can do the farming, he can get his grains, etc. With that, the survival happens. The human being, for any reason of his own comfort or security, is expected to harm any other living beings. Protect he can himself. Self security, self protection is available, is allowed. In that case, if something required, we do. Like a king has to protect his kingdom. The enemies are attacking. You will have to kill them. That is a different discussion. But here, for the bhoga or for the survival, when we harm others, it is human or anything, for the bhoga and for survival. भोग तो करना ही नहीं चाहिए. Survival, there are healthy other means, isn't it? If we harm other, that becomes papa. That becomes cause of dukkha. First, we have to realize we are no more animals. We are human now. So we should accept it and change our behavior. Like a girl gets married, goes to in-laws' house. Now, what she was at home with her mother and father, being rough and tough or careless or taking them for granted, she can't be in the in-laws' house. No, she should realize that I'm married, I'm here. Now my whole behavior is should be same. So to a youngster, freaking out without any responsibility, etc. The moment he gets the naukri or the job, he cannot be the same. He'll have to go on time and whatever the works that are given, he'll have to do. The moment that naukri job comes, his dress changes, his hauliya changes, isn't it? His schedule changes, his approach to the beings change, his whole life or day becomes responsible. If he doesn't accept it, then that naukri will not be there, berozgar, isn't it? Like the wife and husband. The moment the children are born, child is born, they have to change. They can't be same like earlier. They have to, both of them together have to attend the child and bringing up of that child. So to an MLA, he's an MLA was अपने constituency का कोशिश कर रहा है ये वो करे. Suddenly he is given a ministerial post. No, he cannot be same like earlier. Which post is given to that he'll have to do justice, of course, along with his constituency. How many examples like this? In the same way, how can we, having become human, still continue the animalistic tendencies? Cannot. So this realization, this is called as the jnanam of the buddhi. They show the example of all the dushtas, rakshasas in the Purana, those who for their survival and bhoga troubled others. All of that is papa. They are, as a result of it, is given. They are given the dukkha, punishments, naraka. With this clear knowledge from our life once for all, select and delete all papa and adharma. Then किसकी मजाल है हमको दुखी करने का at any level of our personality. But observe it how many times we, for our ego and self satisfaction, have troubled others vocally or mentally or physically or by cheating them financially. Means what? We have not used our intellect in studying the Shastra correctly in this aspect of the cause of dukkha is papa, adharma, and we should not do it. Therefore, we are in human being body, but we are not human beings. We are animals. Because animals do not have the intellect, they don't have the knowledge. Therefore, they do harm to other things. So, but they don't have punishment because they are animal. We are human, therefore we are punished. Like a youngster doesn't come to office on time. He will not be punished if he is not an employee in that office. अगर उसमें नौकरी कर रहा है तो फिर उसको punishment if he doesn't come. He is employed. In the same way, we are human now. We are given intellect. We are supposed to gain knowledge. We are supposed to implement that knowledge. First thing is this one. Avoidance of the cause of the dukkha and misery called as papa dharma. And unfortunately, other than eliminating papa and adharma, there is no way to come out of dukkha because that's the cause. Cause hunting, our subject discussion also is same one. सोचना है थोड़ा सा. Whatever the, all are only because of no knowledge and no convinced knowledge that we compromise with, that we continue like animal, that we harm others. यार ये उंगली फायर में लगाने से उंगली जलेगा. When one is convinced about it, throughout life he will not put the finger. Throughout life. Because he understood. In that way, can we understand that this papa and adharma are burning ourselves with the misery? They are the cause for. Then we will never do them. These vidyas were given earlier. In our earlier days, we see, पहले अधर्म पाप पढ़ाते थे और बोलते थे ये कभी नहीं करना. Very clear. Therefore, they were not doing them. They were relatively less miserable. Today, on the name of any of the objects or bhoga, more and more papa we are doing. Therefore, भोग चल ही रहा है एक तरफ, उससे ज्यादा दुख भी चल रहा है. Like we have money and we suffer also. Money gained by the adharmic papa means, and उसका result दुख भी है. More comforts, more miseries. Increasing miseries amongst the increased comforts, or decreased happiness among increased comforts, is today's tragedy. So let us become that way sensitive. हर क्षण में भी हमारे मुख से, वाणी के द्वारा, मन में वृत्ति के द्वारा, शरीर में कर्म के द्वारा, no papa, no adharma should happen. Papa dharma is harming others. That's it. Simple definition. पहले ये जो एक छोटा डेफिनेशन समझा, उसको प्रैक्टिस करो. और कोई डेफिनेशन है तो दे विल गेट रिवील्ड. बस इतना तो समझा. हार्मिंग अदर्स फॉर माय सेल्फ सर्वाइवल or selfishness or bhoga is papa, which is going to give definitely the dukkha that can be very next moment, or it can be next life or 10 lives after. We should never suffer next moment, next life or 10 lives after. For that, we should not do the papa now. Yesterday we said Yoga Vasishta, because of the Desha Kala, there is a difference in the result, arrival. It is immediate or it is Dirgha Kala. But आएगा ही result. So this is buddhi ka jnana. If the buddhi is not used, jnana is not gained, we continuously be inadvertent in adharma and papa. बुद्धि used, ज्ञाना gained, but वो conviction होके वो practice करना है. Isn't it? ये पाप है, ये इससे दुख होता है, मैं ये नहीं करूंगा, मैं मरूंगा लेकिन नहीं करूंगा. That was the thing in our earlier days, that training, because by doing papa and suffering is more worse than dying. Death is once हो गया खत्म, but this is every moment dying. The dukkha caused by the papa, तो नहीं करना है फिर. Whether it is sharira rogas we have the miseries received from the people in the form of humiliations, insults. ये सारे पाप का ही फल है. करते जा रहे हैं हम अनजाने में. अब जानना चाहिए, अब नहीं करना चाहिए. First jnanam buddhi should gain is this. Naturally, without my telling in detail, you have understood the second one. Through the study of Shastra, again, we must know and do those things which give us more and more, better and better, sukha and comforts. We should be sukhi also, comfortable also. Sukhi, bhogi nahi, sukhi. And a healthy body, it's a sukha. Everybody is loving us, is a sukha. We are in a good place and atmosphere, is a sukha. We have all the things required for us very comfortably, effortlessly. It's a sukha. Lot of people to love us, help us. But yeah, na? So again our own Shastras say through various examples that knowing and doing the cause of sukha, they call it as the punya and dharma. And dharma gives immediate sukha because you have done your job. Punya is an extra investment which will give future may subsequent sukhas. So we must know what is dharma, what is punya, keep on doing it. Dharma is our duties. Punya is going out of the way and helping others. Just like going out of the way and harming others was the papa, going out of the way and helping others is punya. Paropakara punyaya पापाय परपीडनम। दूसरों का पीड़ा करना पाप है, तो दूसरों का उपकार करना इज पुण्य. So simple definition. First, let us implement that. Therefore, as much we have convincingly gained the knowledge of papa and avoided it to avoid dukkha, so much convincingly we have to gain the knowledge with the buddhi about the punya, and we have to do it to get the sukha. Every day, the opportunities to do the papa and the punya, opportunity kaho ya occasion, आता रहता है. We have to be intelligent. अरे यार ये पाप है, नहीं करना. ये पुण्य है, करना है. Most of the time, opportunity of punya we don't encash it. That is our weakness. Anybody who comes to us for help, something, चल जाओ करते, and we cheat others to get the money. Cheating others to get the money is papa, जिसका कल फल मिलेगा ऐसा डंडा लगेगा. Helping somebody in need, it is a punya which would have given us the sukha. In yesterday's 24 hours, how much punya we have done, how much papa we have done. स्वामी जी हमने दोनों नहीं किया, क्या कर रहे थे, फिर सोए थे. Isn't it? Or busy in your classes, all 10. So simple. These are all jnanam. Buddhi has to gain it. Just like the scientist's buddhi is inquiring outside about how to make the things comfortable, like travel karna hai. So you can't travel for long with the legs. There was some mode of transport discovered, right from bullock cart up to the trains, buses. So the train, buses, bullock carts cannot travel easily on the rough and tough road. Therefore, the road is made. ये बाहर का जो दिमाग लगाते हुए outer comforts are increased. In the same way, in the subtle inner life also, the gaining of these Shastra Jnanam about Dharma, Dharma and Papa, Punya. Adharma and Papa avoiding, Dharma and Punya doing. Are we doing it? नहीं कर रहे हैं. मतलब we have not understood. We have not tried to understand, never implemented. But we are coming to classes. We are browsing through the Shastras. Objectively, उससे मेरा कोई संबंध नहीं है. है ना, वहाँ फ्लड्स हो गए, मेरा क्या संबंध है उससे. और उस जगह युद्ध हो रहा है, व्हाट इज द रिलेशन ऑफ इट विथ मी. इन दैट स्टेट दैट सेंटर द गवर्नमेंट का वो हो चल रहा है, व्हाट इज द रिलेशन ऑफ दैट विथ मी. इन अदर कंट्री द एजिटेशंस आर हैपनिंग फॉर समथिंग, मुझे क्या संबंध. सोटो आई एम स्टडिंग शास्त्र बट उससे मेरा संबंध नहीं. दिस इज द बिगेस्ट डेल्यूजन विच यू हैव टू कॉन्कर. फॉर ऑल ऑफ दैट एक चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है, आप नहीं समझोगे फिर भी बोलता हूँ. We have talked about it 200 times already. कि we have to be zero importance given to things and beings in life. We have to focus on ourselves. पहले मैं पे आ जाओ. मैं क्या कर रहा हूं, मुझे क्या करना है, मुझे क्या पाना है, उसको पहले डिसाइड करके उसके लिए दिन थिंग्स एंड बीइंग्स. अभी क्या हो रहा है, आई एम नॉट एट ऑल फोकसिंग ऑन मी, आई एम ओनली फोकसिंग ऑन द पीपल, दैट आल्सो विद राग एंड द्वेष. अरे अपना अपने ऊपर लगाओ दिमाग पहले. Who are you? What are you? What you have to get? What you have to do? Let's first I have to be happy. And happiness is when a friend is there. Then have a friend for happiness. But we have a friend who gives misery only. That is the delusion there. Because there is some attachment and non-understanding this fellow is a cheat, I should kick him away. अब पकड़ के रह रहे, दुखी हो ही जा रहे. फोकस ऑन आवर सेल्स. मुझे मेरे ऊपर पहले लगाना है दिमाग. मुझे दुखी नहीं होना, पहले मुझे सुखी होना है. It's not selfishness or all. For the sake of this, when you trouble others, then that's selfishness, papa. ये तो हक है ना हमको. To be free from misery, to be happy is our birthright. Let us try. Focus on ourselves for that. We all don't understand these basic things in life. Why are you going into the whole world to inquire and all find all समाचार? बकवास है. पहले अपना संभालो. Focus on you. Two things, okay? Two jnanams. Adharma papa to avoid, dharma and punya to do. Adharma papa avoided, dukkha is avoided. Dharma and punya done, sukha comes. This is of the world. is being made by the God. That same God is telling us through the Guru and Shastra. बेटा पुण्य करो सुख मिलेगा, पाप करो दुख मिलेगा. अब इतना सिंपल चीज अभी तक दिमाग में नहीं बैठा हमारा. बैठा है तो एक पाप भी नहीं करना चाहिए था और एक पुण्य का मौका भी नहीं छोड़ना था. We are careless. Like if the youngster understands the importance of studies and understands the help of the parents in that regard in putting him in school, college, he will every day go to class, thoroughly study and excel in it. That's a beautiful, matured child. So, too, if you are a beautiful, matured human being with intellect, we should gain this knowledge from Shastras strongly, authentically, and avoid all papa from our life and keep on doing the punya. देखो 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 कितने लोग दुनिया में इस बात को समझ रहे हैं. उनको छोड़ो. वी आर द वंस सो कॉल्ड स्पिरिचुअल, सो कॉल्ड स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ शास्त्र. अभी सुबह उठे 2 घंटे हो गए, कितना पुण्य किया अभी तक, कितना पाप अवॉइड किया. देखो सोचना होता है. एट इन द सेम वे द होल डे विल गो ऑन हैपनिंग. देखते देखते अगस्त भी चला आएगा, सितंबर, अक्टूबर, नवंबर, दिसंबर, पूरा 2024, 26, 30 हम शरीर छोड़कर ही जाएंगे. बट व्हाट अमाउंट ऑफ पाप पुण्य हैव वी डन, that will decide. Are we sensitive about this? Are we aware of this? Are we sensible about it? Are we properly responsible about it? Yesterday in that seventh sarga, the last slok, Vasishtha ji, Beta, Ram, mere putter, how beautifully he spoke, Ye Raghuda, Raghukula Tilaka, that address he says, use your Purushartha, do your hard work in such a way that, he never told positively, he told negatively. Negative means in such a way that you don't again be born as animals and sarisrupas and the vrukshas and birds. ऐसा पुरुषार्थ करो बेटा कि तुम ऐसा जन्म नहीं पाओगे जो पशुओं का है, पक्षियों का. दैट वाज द लास्ट श्लोक. Whoever have come, they know it. That means what? Purushartha doing is important. More important than that it, punya purushartha, not papa. Both are purushartha. As much important is Paurusha, which is a topic from last 20 days. Next 4 more days it will be there. So much important is that Paurusha about Punya, about Dharma, which evolves us, gives us Sukha, not the Papa and the Dharma which takes us to Pashu Pakshi Yoni. Okay, 2 Jnanams a human being is expected to gain thoroughly and practice with the help of Shastras is understood. This is Vyavaharik. Now comes the spiritual knowledges. The buddhi of a human being has to gain, or a human being should use his buddhi and with the help of Guru and Shastra should gain these 3 more knowledges. These all now fall in the spiritual aspect. Okay. One jnanam is called thoroughly about the total mastery niyantrana over our own upadhis. Animals cannot even imagine about it. The human being is supposed to know it and do it. Total faculty should be in our niyantrana, our control. Totally. एक भी हमारे out of control नहीं हो, nor any of them are making us dance to their tunes, slave. All the Sharira Upadhi, दसों इंद्रिया उपाधि, चारों अंतःकरण उपाधि. Okay, and the whole knowledge regarding total understanding, management, control, right, choiceful utilization of our faculties. That entire knowledge is called as tapasya ka jnana. Jnana regarding tapasya. Because tapasya means what? Manasahacha indriyanam niyantranam aikagyam paramam tapaha. Because in spirituality we have higher goals, and to go toward that higher goal, whatever the faculties are given, they should be in our control. Like you have a company, you have a goal of producing the things. For that sake, all the employees they are there in your office should be in your control, so that you employ them for that your goal of the production of that particular thing. Isn't it? You keep all of them controlled by giving good salary, by also strong with a discipline on them, etc. And कोई नाटक करता है, पनिश भी कर देते हैं, उसको निकाल भी देते हैं, etc. But the people have to be in your control. Like a college school teacher, all the 40 students should be under his control. For what? Because he has a purpose of communicating that physics or chemistry or maths knowledge to that child. So the whole school and the school teacher, they put together, control that child and give him that knowledge. Isn't it? In the same way, हमारे पास ये पहले ये ज्ञान नहीं है कि that we have to master discipline our faculties. इसकी ये नहीं जरूरत. We don't even imagine the thing called as the faculties under our control. We are animals only. बुद्धि नहीं है हमको, ज्ञान नहीं है इसका. पहले ये ज्ञान पाना है. The faculties have to be totally in our control. That's called jnanam about tapasya. And that has to be practiced in such a manner that all faculties are definitely in our own discipline. And इसको आगे वाले से भी relate कर सकते. The one whose faculties are in his control, more chances for him to do the punya. Not control में है, that is the reason for which he is doing papa. Is called as the tapasya ka jnana. And we have to implement it. My eye, my ear, my tongue, both two in one, my skin, my sharira, mana, indriya, buddhya, in sabka, manasascha indriyanam, aikagryam. Aikagryam means bringing into our control. Is paramam tapaha, supreme tapasya. अब क्या है? The mana says and indriyas do it. Both of them don't take permission. Like the wife are ordering, children are doing, and the father is never given even information also. And he is the one who gains salary and gives it. But she is like a Lalita Babar, that woman. She just with the children, both of them, they don't even care that husband. There are many families like that. It can be other way around also. Any example? That the father and children, one party, not allowing wife even to participate also. ऐसे दुष्ट हो सकते. In our life also same. The इंद्रियास and mana going together, बुद्धि को ज्ञान को मौका ही नहीं दे रहे. होता है ना. सो तपस्या नहीं है उधर. तो सारे फैकल्टीज, हाउ ईच वन ऑफ देम हैव टू बी मास्टर्ड बाय अस. ब्यूटीफुल. तपस्या का ज्ञान, तपस्या का जरूरत का ज्ञान, तपस्या का ज्ञान एंड इम्प्लीमेंटिंग इट. Everything like body, it has to be healthy. To be healthy, what it is to be done? All the jnanam and implementing it. Tapasya hai, keeping the body healthy all the time. Giving good food also is tapasya, avoiding bad food also is tapasya. Giving good exercise also is tapasya, giving good rest also is tapasya. The outcome it is body is in control, means healthy long time. So to all other faculties. अब ऐसा ही नहीं, एनी टाइम द टंग विल वांट द टेस्ट, एनी टाइम द बॉडी से चलो सो जाओ. एनी टाइम द ईयर से चलो उधर जाकर सुनते हैं गुफ्तगू. व्हाट आर यू डूइंग? ह्यूमन बीइंग हो कि पैजामा हो तुम? ऐसा कैसे कर सकते हो कि कुछ भी कोई भी हमारे इंद्रियों ने मन ने कहा कर दिया? है ना. यू शुड टेक द डॉग फॉर जॉग, नॉट दैट कुत्ता टेकिंग यू. यू हैव टू हैव कमांड. Isn't it? You should tell the driver ना कि इधर ले जाओ कार. Not that चल मैं आपको घुमाता हूँ. अरे you are the owner, he is the driver. You should tell the servants ना ये सब्जी बनाओ. Not that वो कुछ भी बना रहे तुम आप खा रहे हो. In the same way, we have to be master of faculties. Big ज्ञानम it is. ऐसा कोई एक चीज होता है where you can master the faculties. Knowing itself is great. Then उसको तपस्या कहते हैं. देन उसमें ये है ज्ञान होता है और उसका इम्प्लीमेंट करना है. Imagine that personality of ours where all these things said upadhis are fully in our niyantrana. क्या बढ़िया रहेगा. And you know where to use them and all. Like the well trained dog. वो आग में से भी कूदता है वो. उल्टा मतलब somersault it does it. It jumps to such a height. You know all these आर्मी वगैरह ट्रेंड जो डॉग्स होते हैं स्निपर किपर जो बोलते हैं वो तो कितना स्किल्स रखते हो. इन द अदर डे ऐसा वीडियो ना इन वन ऑफ द कंट्री इतने सारे कैट्स ज्यादा हो गए बिल्ली. अब बिल्लियों को इतना ट्रेनिंग किया वो कि दे आर एम्प्लॉयड इन वेरियस डिपार्टमेंटल स्टोर्स एंड द रेलवे प्लेसेस वेयर दे हैव टू शो द टिकट और ऐसा कुछ. बिल्लियों को भी उन्होंने ट्रेन कर दिया. वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग टू सी. सो इंटरेस्टिंग. यू कैन सी इट. So our faculties and see our tragedy. No, I'll not go out of track for much. We don't control our own faculties and we tell others to do so. In trying to control others' faculty, both of us lose our control of our faculty. That is called as fighting. She says तुम चुप बैठो. He says तुम चुप बैठो. बोलते बोलते दोनों चुप नहीं है. All the पड़ोसी चुपचाप enjoying this tamasha. You just see faculties. Sankalpas of the mind, इंद्रियास एंड देयर परसेप्शन. कौन सा जरूरत है कौन सा जरूरत नहीं है, किससे अधर्म होता है पाप होता है, किससे धर्म पुण्य होता है, ये सारा ये जानकर हमको इतना प्रिसाइजली होना है. लिविंग लाइफ इज लाइक ड्राइविंग द व्हीकल ऑन द रोड. So precisely perfectly that all through journey you have enjoyed journey, never there is an accident and you reach the destination. All the three. No accident, safe journey, reaching destination. अब हमारा हर पल एक्सीडेंट ही हो रहा है. नो सेफ्टी और हैप्पीनेस ऑफ जर्नी एंड डेस्टिनेशन तो है ही नहीं, बना ही नहीं ना डेस्टिनेशन. ओके, दिस इज वन थिंग. टू मोर आर देयर. व्हाट we as a human being with our buddhi have to gain the jnanam with the help of the shastras and guru and implement. Then we are called human. In that, out of 5, 2 for vyavahara we have seen, 3 of adhyatmikata. In that one visa तपस्या वाला इंद्रियों का पूरा अपने नियंत्रण. बाकी 2 है वो क्या है कल देखते हैं. थोड़ा आज उपनिषद पढ़ते हैं. ॐ ॐ ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. यैरिमे गुरुवै पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याता सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं. निधये सर्वविद्यानां विजये भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं. विदिताखिलशास्त्रसुधाचलदे महितोपनिषत् कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यमेकं नित्यं विमलमजलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. श्री श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षसिद्ध्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहासो उक्त भगवद्भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवतादर्शनानुग्रहानुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं तत्रोक्त साध्यसाधनानुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वध्यात्मिक प्रगति विश्व एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थमस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने निष्ठितस्माकं सर्वेषां महानुभावानां गुरूणाम् आचार्याणां श्रेयोभिलाषिणां भक्त शिष्य साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु श्रोतॄणाम् आश्रमाणां संस्थानां पूर्णायुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्यादि समस्त शक्ति संपदा सानुकूल्यता साधनानां प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यक्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालयादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयागादि साधना सेवादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रूणां शाश्वत रूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं च विश्वे मोक्षधर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणार्थं च विश्वे भारतवर्षे सनातन धर्म से पूर्ण प्रतिष्ठार्थं च अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः अद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकंठं नमाम्यहम्। अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः शान्तिमन्त्रः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम अथ श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषद पारायणम्। ओम हरिः ओम ब्रह्मवादिनो वदन्ति किं कारणं ब्रह्म कुतः स्म जाता जीवामकेन क्वच सम्प्रतिष्ठाः अधिष्ठिताः केन सुखेतरेषु वर्तामहे ब्रह्मविदो व्यवस्थां कालस्वभावो नियतिर्यदृच्छा भूतानि योनिः पुरुष इति चिन्त्या संयोग येषां न त्वात्मभावात् आत्माप्यनीशः सुखदुःखहेतोः ते ध्यानयोगानुगता अपश्यन् देवात्मशक्तिं स्वगुणैर्निगूढां यः कारणानि निखिलानि तानि कालात्मयुक्तान्यधितिष्ठत्येकः तमेकनेमिं त्रिवृतं षोडशान्तं शतार्धारं विंशतिप्रत्यराभिः अष्टकैः षड्भिर्विश्वरूपैकमाश पपाशं त्रिमार्गभेदं द्विनिमित्तैकमोहं पञ्चस्रोतोऽम्बुं पञ्चयोन्युग्रवक्रां पञ्चप्राणोर्मिं पञ्चबुद्ध्यादिमूलां पञ्चावर्तां पञ्चदुःखौघवेगां पञ्चाशद्भेदां पञ्चपर्वामधीमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सो फर्स्ट श्लोक ब्रह्मवादिनो वदन्ति people are seated maybe retired from their formal duties and all अब बैठ गए भाई और जैसे आजकल रिटायर्ड पीपल कहीं नहीं रोड पे या पार्क में बैठ जाते हैं so they do their political discussion or other things but these are all brahmavadin. It can be children, youth, it may be a senior citizens who have finished their outer duties, now relaxed. Children are brought up, they are taking care of parents. Parents have no other demands. बस खाने को दो वक्त दो बेटा और कुछ नहीं हो गया बढ़िया. Such people you can say. Or Brahmavadinah, they left everything and are in the ashram now under the guidance of Guru. ब्रह्मवादिनो वदन्ति फील करना है उसमें एक फीलिंग क्या है लेट मी आल्सो बिकम ब्रह्मवादी. What is Brahmavadi? Only doing the Brahma, all other is given up. Okay. Then what is that? Kim Karanam Brahma Kutasma Jataha Kena Jivamaha Kvacha Sampradishtaha Kena Adhishtitaha Suketareshu Vartamahe Brahmamido Vyavastham. सुख दुख व्यवस्था में किसके अधिष्ठितृत्व में वी आर डूइंग बर्ताव और व्यवहार. Question we have studied. Now the answer. Second shloka. What is the second mantra's bhashya? Idanim right now in the second mantra. Kala adini. All kala swabhava niyati yadrucha yoni purusha. 7 of them. Kala adini. What are they? Brahma karana vada pratipaksha bhutani. For everything Brahman is karan. To this actual final thought, these are all pratipaksha. vichara vishayatvena darshayati. They are also objects of inquiry, so that we once for all become sure that they are no more the cause. Therefore, they can be kept away. ना? Like any crime happened, problem, तो 10 लोगों के ऊपर शक होता है, उनको पूछते हैं जो चोरी हो गया घर में, तो किसी को शक है क्या? अब 10 लोग बोलते हैं, मिल्क वाला, पेपर वाला, डेली आके काम करने वाला. अमॉन्ग देम 3-4 आर इंक्वायर्ड. और अब ऐसे नहीं है, अब कभी आते जाते हैं कि उनको भी पता है. आफ्टर 4-5 इंक्वायरीज इट इज नोन दैट ही कैन नॉट बी, बिकॉज दिस पुलिस वाले वेरी शार्प श्रूड होते हैं. दे बाय द लुक्स ओनली दे डिस्कवर, बिकॉज इतना उनको अनुभव है जिंदगी भर वो दे आर विद क्रिमिनल्स ओनली. सो उनका आंसर, उनका सब देखकर पता चलता है ये ऑनेस्ट है, इज नॉट, तो उसको छोड़ देते हैं कि नहीं. तो इज सेंड, तुम चले जाओ, बाकी कोई इंक्वायरी. सेम वे, फर्स्ट द प्रोबेबल दीज 7 थिंग्स, कैन दे बी द कॉज ऑफ जगत? दे कांट बी. अब उसको छोड़ो. Let us find who is the actual cause now. In that way here, Brahma Karanatva Pratipaksha Bhutani Vicharayitvena Darshayati. Just, you know, this is how every aspect of our life, just like we saw now in our introduction, as much important it is to know and do Punya and Dharma, is important to know Papa and Adharma to avoid. As much it is good to have good people as friends, so much it is very important to not have bad people as friends. As much is good to have good food, so much good it is not to have the bad food. Here also, as much it is correct to inquire what is the cause of Brahman, Jagat, so much it is correct to inquire that these are not the causes, so that it can be kept away. See the intelligence there. Bhashyakara's intelligence. Brahma karanatva pratipaksha bhutani vichara vishayatvena darshayate. They are also to be inquired about, so that वो फिर बाद में रिग्रेट गिल्ट नहीं होगा, यार उसके बारे में मैंने सोचा ही नहीं. दिस इज वाई दिस इज द मंत्र, है ना. सी इन ऑल आवर वेदांता, like when in Mundaka Upanishad, what is that to be known by which everything known? It is actually Paravidya. Directly Guru can talk about Paravidya. But he says there are two to know. One Apara, second Para. Why I must know the Apara also? Because you have to know it to avoid it, and then only you can do the Para. Or if we have not discussed about the avoidable Para, Apara, then while doing the Para, you will do this also. And a doctor will have to say, beta, ye khao, ye khao. More than that, he should also say, ye mat khao. डाइट में, मेडिकेशन में, सब दोनों होते हैं, व्हाट टू टेक व्हाट नॉट टू डू. लेकिन गीता भगवान को अर्जुन मुझे ज्ञान कर्म, अर्जुन ने एक ही कहा, एक ही पूछा, ये श्रेयस. भगवान दो दो बोलते हैं, बिकॉज अल्टीमेट द ज्ञान ओनली, बट कर्म हैज ए रोल एंड आल्सो ए रोल ऑफ एन obstruction, हैज ए रोल फॉर अंतःकरण शुद्धि. But the same karma being cause of obstruction, because from that karma when you expect the outer karma phala, अब उसमें फंस जाओगे, different delusion. Like the youth, your own son, somebody caught up in wrong friends and some addiction, gone case बस वो जिंदगी, वो भी सुधरेगा नहीं, हो गया. इन द सेम वे इफ कर्म फल में हम फंस गए तो फिर हो गया उस जिंदगी में आध्यात्मिक साधना खत्म. यू कांट डू. Therefore you must know the negative aspect also of the karma, positive also. Positive is without that you can't have antakarana shuddhi. Negativity is with the karma gives karma phala. If you are attracted to that, addicted to that, you will never go for spirituality. Therefore karma को भी जानना है, ज्ञान को भी जानना. Here also, actual karana of the Brahma will search out. Other things also will think and negate करने के लिए वो. Like after the age of 50, 45, you have to go on for 6 months में where पूरा medical checkup. Not that something will come positive. The idea is if everything is negative, we are happy. And many a time the tests are done to deny that there is no problem. ऐसे होता है वो, इसलिए लाफ्टर लोग आजकल they don't want to take any risk. That's so. बिकॉज पहले की तरह इमोशनल अटैचमेंट्स नहीं है पेशेंट और डॉक्टर, अभी ओनली फाइनेंशियल एंड प्रोफेशनल. Therefore, the doctor doesn't want to take risk. Therefore, these are the symptoms. Go for all these 5 tests. उसमें 3 नेगेटिव आ जाते हैं. ओ ये वाला प्रॉब्लम नहीं है तो पॉजिटिव. नो दे अटेंड टू दैट. इन द सेम वे इंक्वायरी इसको भी करके साइड पे रख दो. This is how the brain has to be made sharper. Brain means mana buddhi. Let us not use the word brain. Let us use the spiritual word buddhi. बुद्धि को इस तरह यूज करना है, इस तरह उसको शार्प किया जाता है. Like you make your child sharp by employing him in various activities of home. नहीं तो he will be lazy fellow. कोई काम नहीं करा रहे और 10 सर्वेंट है घर में. You are really bringing up a buffalo. When you give him all works, he becomes sharp. So intellect. What are they? Let us study. Kala svabhavo niyatiriyadrucha bhutani yoni purusha iti chintya संयोगा एषां नत्वात्म भावात् आत्माप्यनीशः सुख दुःख हेतोः. अगेन कालः स्वभावो नियतिर्यदृच्छा भूतानि योनिः पुरुष इति चिन्त्या संयोग एषां नत्वात्म भावात् आत्माप्यनीशः सुख दुःख हेतोः. So these are the things. First 7 things. Kalaha. Second, Swabhavaha. What each one of them will say. Third, Niyatihi. Fourth, Yadrucha. 5, Bhutani. 6th, Yonihi. 7th is Purusha. Iti Chintya. So these 7 things you have to contemplate. Can they be the cause? To reject them. अब गुरु ने शास्त्र ने रिजेक्ट कर दिया, मेरे को जरूरत नहीं है, नहीं करना. इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट घर में द हस्बैंड हैज डन झाड़ू पोछा सो फॉर वाइफ नीड नॉट डू. वो कर ली तो हो जाता है वो. Isn't it? If he does it, she need not do. इन स्पिरिचुअलिटी में ऐसा नहीं होता कि गुरु महाराज ने सोच के रखा और मेरे को जरूरत नहीं होता, वो मेरे को भी करना. Isn't it? Anyway, my guru is not doing papa. Let me do. Let me compliment him. And why don't you do पुण्य? अबे वो कर रहे हैं ना बाबा, अबे मैं क्यों करूं? ऐसा नहीं होता. It is we only have to do in us to ascertain. Every spiritual knowledge of every shastra has to be done or experimented on ourselves. है ना, लाइक अर्जुन कृष्ण भक्त हो गया तो अर्जुन का काम बना, अपना नहीं बना ना. तो अपना बनना है तो हमको भी कृष्ण भक्त हो. अर्जुन ने गीता सुना, वो इनका कल्याण हो गया. अपना कल्याण अर्जुन के कल्याण से नहीं होता, हमारा कल्याण हमारे से होता है. उसके लिए अर्जुन ने जो किया हमें करना है. स्टडी द शास्त्र गीता here also. So let us see the Bhashyam one by one. Kalaha स्वभावः इति. ओके, इसमें पहले 3rd 4th लाइन में संयोग एषाम न तो आत्मभावाद आत्माप्यनेशः सुख दुःख हेतु हो. तो in these 2 lines these 7 things are denied to be the karana for the jagat. Please remember, jagat karana discussion चल रहा है. I told you the Bhagavatam also janmadiyasya yatah, Brahma Sutras also janmadiyasya yatah. Many of the Upanishads also talk about the Srishti. So from the seen Srishti, from the Drushta Srishti, we go through the inquiry into the Karana of the Srishti. And that final will be Paramatma only. This is how intellectual inquiry in spirituality is by cause hunting for what you are seeing in front. When you look at all the pots, inquire the cause of it, then you will reach the substratum, the mud. When you see the mud, again from the mud standpoint, when you see the effects, the pots, everywhere there is mud alone. Then you come to the clear understanding that the pots are nothing but projection on the mud, even though they are more useful than the mud. See, their subtlety. Pots are more useful than the mud, but that doesn't make the mud pot is more valuable than the mud, because pot can never be without mud. Again, वो confusion हमको clear करना है. Pot is more useful than the mud, therefore I value the pot more. No. Pot is more useful for 1 or 2 purposes. But the pot can never exist only without mud. और किसका value ज़्यादा है? In fact, the utility of the pot is very limited. It can only for storing water. You can't put a plant in that. But with the mud, you can make a gamla also, you can put plant in it. With the mud, you can even make a lamp. So the potentially the mud is more valuable than the pot. But we are caught up in using of the pot. Therefore, we feel the value for it. The problem क्या था वहाँ? In the giving of value to the pot because of its utility, the substratum we are forgetting. ये वाला व्यवहार में चलता है, but spirituality में वही सब problem का cause है. Forgetting substratum is the cause. Like the now pot is limited, conditioned in its name form. We also not knowing the real self are limited and conditioned with all our upadhis and suffering with pot belly, isn't it? इस तरह का विचारणा करनी है. So they are not the cause will be told in the third and fourth line. With 2 or 3 or 4 logics, वो काफी है. Now one by one. कालः स्वभावः इति. भाष्यकार says काल स्वभाव, ये वाला श्लोक आपको हम एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं. We are explaining it. Okay. Here योनि शब्दः संबध्यते. योनि शब्द you add with everything. योनि means cause. Womb कहते हैं इसको. Womb for creation. तो Yoni is Prakriti, he will tell it at the end. Now, Yoni is using the word for the meaning of Karana. Yoni iti shabda sambadhyate with all of them. Means is the Kala Yoni. Yoni means cause. From where the Srishti has come. Is the Swabhava is the Yoni. Is the Niyati is the Yoni. Is Yadrucha is the Yoni. Is the Bhutani Yoni. Is the Purusha Yoni. योनि इज कॉज. तो योनि शब्द हर जगह पे ऐड करो कारण. सो योनि शब्द संबध्यते. नाउ वन बाय वन इज टेकन. कालः योनि कारणम स्यात्. इज द काला इज द योनि एज द कारणम. सो देयर व्हाट इज इट किम कारणम. हियर इट इज यूज्ड एज योनि. तो इज द काला द योनि द कारणम. क्वेश्चन इज इंक्वायर्ड अबाउट. अब एक एक को सॉर्ट आउट नहीं करेंगे कि नहीं काल नहीं हो सकता, देश नहीं हो. ऑल ऑफ देम फर्स्ट इंक्वायर करके होलसेल में उसको उखाड़ देंगे कि नन ऑफ देम करके. वन बाय वन यू विल नॉट टेक. ओके. बिकॉज सबका एक ही रीति है. ऑल ऑफ देम आर वन कैटेगरी. सो डिने ऑल ऑफ देम एट वन गो. तो कालः योनिः कारणम स्यात्. क्वेश्चन. कैन द काला बी द कारण. जस्ट डिस्कस अबाउट, थिंक अबाउट इट, कीप इट विथ वॉट एवर योर रीजंस. All the reasons will be eliminated by one point. Second one, before that, kalo nama sarvabhutanam viparinama hetuhu. Okay. Kala is what? Very good definition. Kalo nama sarvabhutanam viparinama hetuhu. It is the karana hetu, the kala is for the modification of all the beings. Viparinama hetu. So then if you want to go deep into that inquiry, one or two thoughts. That even Kala also is part of creation and its purpose is to bring modifications in all the beings. So काल क्या है? एक ऐसा जो पकड़ में नहीं आने वाला चीज है, जिसको पकड़ने की कोशिश करो तो गायब हो जाता है. वो काल का काम to bring parinama in all the beings. Viparinama hetu. We means vividha parinama. Nirantara parinama. That when you try to catch the kala, kala disappears. This you thoroughly studied in Yoga Darshanam. You understood now? Yoga Darshanam में आपने देखा ना ये तो 1 महीने पहले कि काला is past and future and present. Anagata and atita are not at all kala. It is only concept. If you talk about the kala, it is only in the present. And that present kshana, when you try to become aware of it, you remain awareness, the kshana goes away. So therefore the kala is transcended. By focusing on moment, we transcend the time. Otherwise, the time in the form of past, present and future is a concept spiritually. But in the Srishti Kala, Vyavahara, Kala is there which is bringing the modifications in all the beings, whether they are trees or mountains or birds, animals, there is Stula Sharira, and in all, accept that Kala is pervading everything and it is operating, doing its job of bringing the Parinama, continuous modifications it's bringing. लाइक शरीर में काल बैठकर अपना परिणाम शरीर का ला रहा है. आफ्टर एज ऑफ 50 तो एवरी डे वी बिकम मोर ओल्ड ओनली. ईच ऑफ द पार्ट स्टार्ट, चलो मैं भी छुट्टी ले रहा हूँ, मेरे से भी नहीं होगा, ऐसा ही होगा. लेकिन इट्स नॉट दैट यू विल बी रिवर्सिंग बैक. वी आर नॉट डूइंग एनी कायाकल्प योग चिकित्सा एंड ऑल, नो. सो द काल वो काम करेगा, तो वी हैव टू एक्सेप्ट इट. And out of topic thought. Therefore, before totally we become useless, let us make use of our faculty, healthy situation for sadhana. इसलिए मैं इतना चिल्लाता हूँ 6 क्लास कि 5 साल का आई कांट टॉक. सो अभी खत्म करो ये साला खुजली. लाइक आई हैव डन ऑल माय तीर्थ यात्रास थ्रू आउट द कंट्री एट द राइट टाइम. अभी कोई खुजली नहीं, अब हो गया वो. इवन अयोध्या मंदिर भी जाने का मन नहीं, जरूरत नहीं है, बस राम अपने दिल में. देख चुके हैं अयोध्या को पहले वाला. इसी तरह अभी क्लास कर करके अगले 5-6 साल में सारा खत्म दुकान. स्वामी जी खत्म करोगे 5-6 साल, 5-6 को साथ साथ में लगाओ तो 56 होता है वो. या मल्टीप्लाई करो तो 30 होता है, या ऐड करो तो 11 होता है. यू कैन सी, you can enjoy feeling that यार 5 साल में खत्म हो जाएगा, या become miserable, that's your choice. But the kala will change. Everybody, you, me, the whole world. उसका नाम ही विपरिणाम लाना. अब जब विपरिणाम करने का चांस नहीं रहता, तो काल सेज अब इज नॉट ऑपरेशनल वर्दी, हो गया इसका काम, उसको दफना दो. That's how any object, anything, house you repair till repairable, or even dismantle. Car you repair till it is repairable, otherwise send to garage. हो गया खत्म. Who body also. So कालो नाम सर्वभूतानाम विपरिणाम हेतु. बस इतना समझ लो. Kala cannot be seen, but it continuously operates in bringing the viparinama in all the beings. See, in trying to understand this itself, our intellect becomes sharp. Sharp intellect understands, the intellect trying to understand starts becoming sharp. Exactly like yesterday again Vasishthaji. With the help of the Guru and Shastra, mati को है ना अच्छा करो, अच्छा हुआ मति से गुरु और शास्त्र से फिर से ज्ञान को पाओ. Both of them are complementary. Vasishthaji told us this yesterday. Kala is understood. It is a principle which is there inherently in everything and bringing the modification. It is at the micro level in every cell and bringing the modification. It is a macro level in the entire body and bringing the bodily modification. So too in the entire universe. काल, इसलिए कृत युग, त्रेधा युग, द्वापर, कल, ये सब काल है. वो काल ने उन युग को बदलाव लाया युगों में. इवन नाउ ऑल्सो इज काल, है ना. देखो काल चक्र तो यू नो, द सूर्य चंद्र इनके घुमाव से होता रहता है, घूमने से. देन द जनरल कालास आर द सुबह से शाम तक, रात तक, डेली काला इट इज कॉल्ड. देन द मंथली काला ऑफ ऑल द फोर्टनाइट्स एंड मंथ. Then the annual kala, in which again seasons and all of them come and go. तो चलता ही रहता है. काला क्रीडति गच्छति आयु तदपि न मुंचति आशा वायु. It's a big study, huh? काल को पढ़ना अलग है. Somewhere we saw in our recent classes, no? About Kala and Jyotisha and all. I think in Mandukya Upanishad, the 35 superimposition of the self, one of them is Kala. There we studied thoroughly. Anyway, तो कालो नाम सर्वभूतानां विपरिणाम हेतु. So काला is discussed. क्या ये हेतु हो सकता है? ये हेतु नहीं होगा करके सबको होलसेल में बता देंगे वह. We'll see at that time. Second, स्वभावः. So question is, किम स्वभावः हेतुः कारणम योनिः? You have to inquire. And what is स्वभावः? स्वभावो नाम पदार्थानां प्रतिनियता शक्तिः. The inherent specific Pratiniyata means only belonging to it only. That particular inner specific Shakti is called as Swabhavaha. So, Swabhavo Nama means meaning. Swabhava का मतलब पदार्थानाम of all the objects प्रतिनियता शक्ति, जो उनको अपना पर्सनल होता है, अपना खुद का होता है, जो नियता शक्ति इज कॉल्ड उसका स्वभाव. ना दूसरे का उसको आता है, ना अपना दूसरे को होता है. दोनों का सेम हो सकता है. लाइक टॉकिंग, माई टॉकिंग इज माई स्वभाव. It is not your talking. It is my, but you have your own talking power. That is your स्वभाव. So talking is same, but it is yours, it is mine. आपका अपना, मेरा मेरा, मिलाप नहीं है उसमें. Okay. Swabhava. Example is given. What is that? Agnehe aushnyamiva. Like the ushnata of the Agni. वो अग्नि का जो उष्णता है वो अपना स्वयं का. It has not borrowed from anyone. Agni is only one tattva anywhere. And wherever it is expressing, there it is a ushnata. Like human being tattva is everywhere. They all have speaking ability. Wherever they are, they speak. तो स्वभाव is that स्वभाव is a karana of the सृष्टि. तो काल है क्या कारण, स्वभाव है क्या कारण सृष्टि. Second point. Third one is what? नियति ही is that नियति is the karana for the सृष्टि. What is नियति? कि नियति ही अविषम पुण्य पाप लक्षणम कर्म तद्वा कारणम, है ना. अविषम पुण्य पाप लक्षणम कर्म तद्वा कारणम is what? Niyati is the definite, the destiny means the पुण्य पाप कर्म जो अपना फल दिए बिना नहीं रहता, फल दिए बिना नहीं रहता, इसको कहते हैं नियति. नियत नहीं है. हिंदी में नियत मतलब उसका नियत बिगड़ गया. नो, नियति मीन्स लाइक पुण्य इज डन, इट्स फल इज सुख, इट्स नियति, इट्स अ रूल. पाप किया दुख मिलेगा ही, वो इसका नियति है. तो इस तरह से नियति ही अविषम, अविषम मीन्स व्हिच कैन नेवर बिकम अदरवाइज. पुण्य पाप लक्षणम कर्म तद्वा कारणम. So niyati means karma. Karma has two categories, punya and papa, and their result can never be changed. That's why that karma is called niyati. नियति का अर्थ कर्म, नियति का अर्थ पुण्य पाप कर्म. और पुण्य पाप कर्म जो कर्म कहलाते हैं, they will definitely give their results. That definitely giving result is the meaning of the word niyati. Niyati is equal to karma. So is the karma which is the niyati, which is the giver of its result, and the karma is basically to पुण्य एंड पाप. ये कारण है क्या, मतलब कर्म कारण है क्या, पुण्य पाप कर्म कारण है क्या फॉर द सृष्टि. सो काल स्वभाव नियति, तीन हो गए. फोर्थ वन इज यदृच्छा. यदृच्छा इज इंटरेस्टिंग. इज व्हाट? आकस्मिकी प्राप्ति. जस्ट सडनली विदाउट राइम एंड रीजन इट जस्ट मैनिफेस्टेड. यादृच्छिकता से, यादृच्छिकता. Yadruchikata means without rhyme, reason, logic, karana, suddenly something happening called yadruchikata. यदृच्छा कहते हैं उसको. बस I didn't plan it. Like some people come to the class, yadruchik, suddenly. They never thought. If they think they don't come. Then after coming, they think, अरे क्यों आ गया, फंस गए रे. Then their intellect works. Then put up the YouTube and they go somewhere. So yadrucha is that yadruchikata. कि बस ऐसे बन गया यदृच्छिका से. Suddenly बन गया without any rhyme or reason. So is the kala which brings viparinama, is the cause. Is the swabhava which innate nature or tendency is the karana. Is the niyati, the karma whose result can never be avoided, is the cause. Yadrucha is it accidental. 4 हो गए, काल स्वभाव नियति यदृच्छा. Fifth one, भूतानि. आकाशादीनि वा योनिः भूतानि पंचमहाभूतानि. Is that आकाश, है ना, वायु, अग्नि, जल एंड पृथ्वी पंचमहाभूत. क्या ये कारण है इस जगत का? योनि ही 5 हो गए. काला स्वभाव नेत्र यदृच्छा भूतानि. So yoni is word is added with everyone. Is the kala yoni, is the swabhava yoni? Yoni means karanam. Is the niyati is the yoni? Is the yadrucha is the yoni? Is the bhutani? Panchamahabhut. Kya? So the sixth question is Purushova. Is the Purusha the yoni? Who is the Purusha? Vijnanatma. Vijnanatma, the jiva who is identified with the aham vritti और चिदाभास युक्त अहम को जीव कहते हैं. वो पुरुष यहाँ कह रहे हैं. विज्ञान आत्मा, नॉट प्रज्ञान आत्मा. प्रज्ञान आत्मा is Brahman reality. The Vijnana Atma is the one who is becoming identified Atmiyata with the Vijnana, the Vishesha Jnana, conditional Jnana. Who gives the conditional Jnana? The conditioned ego, the Aham Vritti. उसी को हम जीव कहते हैं. इंडिविजुअल लेवल में, टोटल में हिरण्यगर्भ कहते हैं. Is that Vijnanatma Hiranyagarbha or is the Jiva? Is he the cause? So Purushaha Vijnanavatma va yonihi iti. In this way, Itham Ukta Prakarena. In all these 6 things, Kim yonihi iti chintya. क्या ये योनि है, क्या योनि है, क्या ये योनि. इस तरह से चिंतन we have to do. Chintyam means nirupaniyam. You should do a nirupana of it. If it is a cause, then how? And if they are not the cause, how they are not, why they are not. This is the meaning Bhashyam for the word iti chintya. See, remember, Adi Shankara Bhagwan's Bhashyam is to the Bhashyam meaning given to each of the word of the Upanishad mantra. Pada Bhashyam कहते हैं. Okay, only to Kena Upanishad he has given Vakya Bhashya, total Vakya. But all other Upanishads are Pada Bhashya. So because he has to give the Bhashya to the Pada, iti chintya is a sentence is there, no? So therefore kim yonihi iti chintya means chintyam. And why that chintyam and how long that chintyam? Nirupaniyam. Nirupan karna hai, prove karna hai through the chinta. Iti chintyam चिंतनीय है, चिंतन करनी है निरूपण के लिए, to prove if they are cause how, if they are not how. Okay, this is हो गया. अभी 6 हो गया ना. अब क्या 7वां? केचिद, some of the people yoni shabdam prakritim varnayanti. For them the yoni means prakriti. If prakriti is the yoni, now the 7 questions have come. Then 7 questions का क्वेश्चन कहां से आया फिर? वो पिछले श्लोक से आप बारो करो. So he says tasmin pakshe, if you call or give the meaning to the word yoni as prakriti, therefore list 7 चीजों का हो गया. और ये 7 चीजों में कौन सा है? Which is the karana? Then which is the karana? That word you borrow from the earlier shloka. So tasmin pakshe kim karanam brahma iti purvoktam karana pada matram api anusandeyam. So in the earlier shloka, kim karanam, you bring it here. If yoni itself is the word whose meaning is karanam, then you need not borrow that word. In that case, in that shloka, 6 are the probable karanas are told. If you yoni also you take as prakriti, therefore it also is a point of inquiry as a, whether it is also a cause. Then the question kim karanam you bring from the earlier shloka. So kim karanam kalaha, kim karanam swabhavaha, kim karanam niyatihi, kim karanam yadrucha, kim karanam bhutani. Now next, kim karanam yonihi is equal to prakriti, then kim karanam purusha. In this way, chintya and nirupaniya. In that way, you have to contemplate and come to definite conclusion. Okay, this is how one paragraph we have seen. Now in the 3rd and 4th line of this shloka, the denial of all of them to be the karana is explained. Then the next shloka, what is the karana? That will run in 6-7 pages of commentary. The 3rd and 4th shlokas of exhaustive commentary. Wonderful discussion. Like we already tasted the Sambandha Bhashya. ठीक है जी. Let us see tomorrow. Om 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 Om. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो परम ऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु। थैंक यू। Join in 2 minutes.